We now shift our attention just half an hour north to England's rural heartland, Salisbury, and the stunning grounds of Cholderton Estate, where preservation is the priority. Owner Henry Edmunds is keeping up an age-old tradition that dates back to the 1880s, ensuring the future of an endangered equine breed, the Cleveland Bay, considered the unsung heroes of the First World War.
If one reads carefully, reads through Beowulf, you will find reference to Great Bay horses, which genetically we've demonstrated these are the same horses that we have today. The Cleveland Bays originated from the Crimea. They were brought over from there by the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius in 173 AD. They were taken up to Yorkshire, and basically the breed has stayed there ever since. You've got a horse which is very strong, but much more agile and manoeuvrable than a Shire would be. And on light ground like we've got here, they're absolutely ideal for farm work, which is what my father discovered. My great-grandfather bought this place in about 1880. They soon found that the men using the Suffolk punches, they used to come in at 5 o'clock in the evening when they'd finished ploughing their acre. But the men with the Clevelands came in at 3, and he decided he would like to breed them. When he died, my father carried on breeding them. He obviously loved them. Even after the last ones really got too old to work, they were in a field near the house where you could see them. In the First World War, Clevelands were considered the best horses for pulling guns. They could get the gun into position quicker than anything else could. And in fact, the army would have taken all the horses we had if they could have done. But luckily, my father pointed out that we needed them for farm work here. But for that, they all would have gone to France. I think in 1956, there were only 4 Cleveland Bay stallions left in the world. 2 of them were my father's, and then I've been breeding them ever since.
Presently, 3 prized stallions make up the herd on the estate, serving 13 Cholderton mares, 8 of which are of breeding age. Their round-the-clock care being provided by stud manager Jack Fucher.
I work for Henry Edmunds. He owns the estate here, and he's a big part of the breeding of the Clevelands. He's kept the breed going here. You know, without him, these Clevelands wouldn't be here. I started messing around with horses when I was about 10 or 11. I found out that my grandpa did the Clevelands here at Cholderton. I used to come here on the weekend after school. It was a way of still being connected with the horses.
Jack's had the guidance of his grandfather, who's been looking after the horses here for over 30 years. He's so lucky to be able to learn from someone who's dealt with horses all their lives, really.
He's very much an advocate for being kind and gentle to the horses and not using force. I've slowly but surely taken over, trying to do it as closely to the way as he did it as possible. Come on, girls. Oh, Brown, coming in at speed. Whoa, girls, come on, chill out. Good girl. So she's 2, this is Vesta, this is Eunice, and that is Thetis over there. They're all about between 2 and 3 years old, and are due for the stallion this year and next year.
Well, I mean, Jack's done an absolutely excellent job. I mean, the foals are the quietest I've ever seen them, so he's doing a brilliant job with the horses, and long may it continue.
I do love them a lot, yeah. I've been with them for about 8 years now, and you know, they do hold a little special place in my heart. I think it can really be a remarkable breed that can come back to life, and they're a great all-round horse. They're hard-working, they got stamina, you can't believe it. It's just, they are amazing all-round horses.
The Clevelands are extremely endangered. I think we're down to about 15 fertile stallions currently, and about 80 odd mares. I've bred quite a lot of Clevelands over the years. This year I hope to reach 100.
So the day starts with me coming in, 8 o'clock I usually start. I will bring these lovely 2 in, tie them up, give them their morning food, and then after they finish that, they have a good old brush, and if the weather permits, a nice walk around the yard for a bit of desensitising to like loud machinery, traffic, all those sort of things. And the foals, they have a dedicated hour just to themselves because, you know, that's really important that we don't lose that touch with them. These foals are lovely. We've walked them around the yard a couple or 3 times now, and they're just amazing. They're not scared of traffic. They're really good, learners. They want to learn. Little Colty here, he's much calmer than she is, but they're both wonderful, wonderful Clevelands. There's so much love and care that goes into looking after them here. We just go around to see all of our horses, to feed them, give them hay in the winter and pony nuts in the summer, and just do an overall check, make sure they're not injured, they're not lame. So this is our Theros and Eulalia, and they are first-time mums of our foals Xanthus and Zana, who we've seen previously down the stables. On a bit of a break at the moment, until they're ready to go back to the stallion for another round of foals. We're not supposed to have favourites because they get sold and they go on, and it's the attachment. But the 2 foals we've got now, Xanthus and Zana, they are amazing. They are lovely, clean slate to work with, and they are just great horses. They enjoy the affection. It's lovely to see them in the mornings. I think I do have quite a close relationship with them, and that does help when working with them.
I love to see a new generation of foal arrive, and I think in a few weeks we will have some new foals here.
Unfortunately, I have never seen a foal be born. It's very much, you'll go in at the start of the evening, and then next thing you know in the morning there's a foal in the field, but they are absolutely adorable when they're born, and it's so lovely to see that another Cleveland has been born into the world. And yeah, it's lovely to be working with them, lovely to be a part of their lives.
With the new foal, you have a future in front of you. I think they'll always have a role as the smartest carriage horse for state occasions. Their strength and speed really lends them to several disciplines: eventing, dressage, air and tour, that very famous horse, that was at half Cleveland Bay. There are quite a lot of Clevelands at the Royal Mews currently, so they are pulling ceremonial coaches. A lot of the Clevelands up there would have our bloodlines in them, definitely. 2 years ago, I did sell a Cleveland Bay stallion to the Imperial Stud in Tokyo. And as far as I know, he's doing very well there and producing a new generation of carriage horses for the Imperial coach. Currently, we are short of stallions in the breed, so we need to look at some of these colts. The breed obviously must be preserved, and that can only happen if you get individuals who continue to look after it and take an interest in it, and provide them with a secure home, which I think that Cholderton is for the Cleveland Bay.